Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be having our last update on the nor'easter that be happy to cross portions of the northeastern United States here, where some places may be able to get to see quite a bit of snow across portions of the northeast. So we'll be talking about that, but let's first take a look at the observed snowfall so far with this. And your legend is going to be right here to your right, and you can see here where we have these yellow colors in here and across some of these regions here, these yellow dots. That's where we have some places that got 6 to 8 inches and some places got 8 to close to a foot of snow. And this matches up decently well with my forecast here, which I did have right here, where I have that 8 to foot zone. Not really that far up along the west coast region though, but that's okay. But overall, my forecast is doing well so far with the 8 to 12 inch zone pretty much. And in these dark circles here, which I know some of these regions here, especially right in here, has transitioned over to rain. But they did get a decent amount of snow. They had a couple rounds of heavy snow before it transitioned over rain, which some areas picked up 4 to 6 inches of snow, which was a decent amount. Meanwhile, across the southern Appalachian Mountains, we got some areas already picking up 6 to 8 inches of snow. And this system isn't over yet. You got the northeastern United States to watch for across those regions there, which that's what we'll be talking about in this video. But so far, the forecast is doing well. And also keep in mind, still some of these areas it's still snowing across some of those regions, so it's not the official amounts just yet. So just to keep in mind of that. So let's go ahead and get started with the HighRes NAM. And you can see here, we got quite a bit of snow going on across the mid-Atlantic regions here. Could be heavy at times. And eventually this is all going to be moving into the northeastern United States. So as we kind of play this out here, then your low should start to pop up somewhere right around down here. And this will go up along the coast. Eventually it'll be staying stationary somewhere right at here for a moment. Then it starts to continue up to its northeasterly track because there's going to be some blocking going on out ahead of the system. And where you get into these pink colors in here, that's heavy snow. Pretty heavy snow going on across some of those regions there. And here's your low right there, 994 millibar low. So it's decently strong low for sure. And then your snow shield is pretty large at this point. You can see here how large your snow shield is. So it's going to be quite a widespread event here. We're going to have a very large snow shield, so pretty much everybody in the northeastern United States could at least get some type of accumulation of snow. Or some areas may be able to reach to the 2 feet mark, which we're going to watch for this region here for any possibility for 2 feet of snow, which I'll show you guys my forecast in a moment. But let's take a look at those snowfall amounts using the HighRes NAM. We also got a couple other models we'll look into as well. And you can see here, let me get a different color. You got some spots picking up over 2 feet of snow across some of these regions here. And like I said before, we're going to watch for somewhere right in this region here could experience over 2 feet of snow. Which, if you guys haven't seen my forecast on Twitter last night, I do have an area of 2 feet plus across some of these regions here, which I'll show you guys that forecast in just a moment. But you also have widespread 6+ inches of snow over nearly the entire northeastern United States. So it's, again, quite a widespread event here for a lot of people here. There you go. You can see here, pretty widespread event for snowfall. And like I said, I think everybody in the northeastern United States probably at least has some type of accumulation. It could be anywhere from like an inch to some of those higher amounts. All right, here's the crazy HighRes Canadian. And why I said that's because last night it had some areas picking up 50 inches of snow, which that's not going to happen, but it still shows ridiculously high amounts. Oh, it does still show 50 inches there, but I highly doubt we're going to see 50 inches of snow. I think that's very unlikely. But you can also see here, this photo here shows widespread foot plus amounts over a good chunk of the northeastern United States, which I don't think everybody in northeastern United States will see over a foot of snow. I mean, I think that's a little bit much here across a lot of these regions. But again, bullseye, watch for northern New Jersey, southern New York, and eastern Pennsylvania, and maybe western Connecticut. We got to watch for those areas for that bullseye, and that's what we're looking at for that. Here's the HighRes model. It does not go throughout the entire event, but it does still shows some areas picking up to the 2 feet mark at least across most of these regions here, which I think this is a little bit more of an accurate prediction here. And you can see here, we got quite a few areas, especially in those higher elevations, getting over a foot of snow, which I think we'll likely see a lot of people get over a foot of snow out of the system. And unfortunately, we see a snow hole for West Virginia there. Hopefully, those guys can at least get a decent amount of snow out of this. And here's the Canadian, not the HighRes Canadian, but this is the Canadian. Again, bullseye for northern New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, southern New York State, and also possibly western Connecticut, where some of these regions may have a chance to pick up over 2 feet of snow. And that's the areas we're watching for. Even for some of the higher elevations across Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and New York State, does have a chance to get up to 2 feet of snow as well. But look at Pennsylvania though. Got a lot of areas picking up to 20 inches, but I think that's mainly going to be for the higher elevations. The lower elevations will expect less snow out of that. And then the last model we'll take a look at is the European model. This is a different measurement of snow, which it's not a pretty accurate way of measuring snow. It pretty much does include, like sleet, freeze, and rain, so the totals won't be that accurate. But again, a lot of those regions I've been mentioning about does have kind of in that bullseye. Even includes like New York City as well. Pick it up at least close to 2 feet of snow. And that's the area we'll be watching for. Meanwhile, a lot of other regions is really anywhere from 6 to a foot of snow for a lot of these other regions here and there as well. So let's take a look to my forecast here. So we'll zoom in here. It actually looks better when I zoom out, but let's look into some of the areas that may have a chance to see at least 2 feet of snow. Let's look into that first. So we'll zoom in here. This is the area I'm thinking about, areas that has the better chance of seeing over 2 feet of snow. Includes places like Allentown, Easton, Stroudsburg, Pottsville as well. And that's really some of the big cities in there that has probably the better chance of seeing over 2 feet of snow. Then areas in the hot pink here, that's where we could see 18 to 2 feet of snow, which includes places like Middletown, Wilkes-Barre, Bloomsburg, looks like the Selwyn Grove, Harrisburg, Carlisle, Hershey, Lancaster, York, and also Reading there as well. Then we got other places here that could possibly see 12 to 18 inches of snow, which includes western Massachusetts, most of Connecticut, southern New York, and pretty much central and eastern Pennsylvania there as well. And then we'll zoom out here a little bit. And then we got this 8 to 12 inch zone, which includes, eastern central Pennsylvania, central Maryland, all the way up into portions of Massachusetts, southern New York State, most of New Hampshire, southern Vermont. Keep in mind, a lot of these higher elevations could see at least a foot of snow, like places that, in higher elevations in Vermont can likely see that. And this 8 to 12 inch zone does continue all the way up into central Maine, where some models are trending towards higher amounts going to northern Maine, which we'll be watching that closely there. And as we zoom out here, areas of the dark blue, that's where we can see 5 to 8 inches of snow, but a lot of these regions here are mainly for higher elevations. Lower elevations could possibly expect less than 5 inches, but this is just pretty much a general type of thing here. The 5 to 8 inches of snow could be expected all the way down to the western Virginia mountains and maybe eastern West Virginia mountains, which so far we have some areas picking up over 6 inches of snow. And it may be still snowing there, I'm not 100% sure. But so far it's been doing pretty well down there. And we can see 3 to 5 inches of snow as all the way as far southwest as the mountains of Tennessee and North Carolina. There's well in the Smoky Mountains. And this is old stuff here. Some of these regions here only expect to probably get another inch or two of snow before anything's done. But these areas down here can see 1 to 3 inches, however. Which there's even some malls picking up as high as 4 to 5 inches in some of these areas, especially across these regions here. Maybe able to reach up to 4 inches, so I may have to expand this 3 to 5 inches a little bit more into eastern Kentucky and maybe into southern Ohio there as well. We'll be watching that as well. And in areas in the, in this blue here, that's 3 to 5 inches. And in areas in the white, that's where you could see a coating to an inch of snow. But overall, this is going to be a pretty big event for nearly everybody for the northeastern United States. And we could probably see some overachievers. I mean, we remember what happened last time when we had Nor'easter. Some areas picked up over 4 feet of snow. And it was way off. I mean, it was way up here. And I think the original forecast was down here. So we'll be watching that. My forecast is a little bit further to the northwest than what the models are predicting. That's just because that just seems to be very common with these models. They trend to the northwest and also kind of happens a little bit further to the northwest than it's predicted. So yeah. But with this 24 plus inch zone here, you cannot always underestimate these nor'easters. They can put down quite a bit of snow in a short period of time. But anyways, guys, that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, you can put in the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.